What's up, y'all? Early in the AM. Listen. This is bouncing off of my other video that I made. Um, we have a we have a lot of now listen. Listen, listen. If I had the energy that I had 30 years ago, I'd probably be dead right now, saying some of the things that I'm saying, trust me. But in my condition and how I set my life, you see, they ain't gonna fuck with me because they know I'm killing myself, so they ain't gonna do too much to me. You know what I'm saying? They just watching me. They just actually watching me die, just like most of you people are. You see, because they know ain't no motherfucker out here gonna even try to touch me. You see, because their conjure made it like that. You see, their conjure made it that way to where you won't go to those who you say you love. You won't go to them. You see, you will separate yourself from them. You see, and the cloud that's over you that made you separate yourself from them has nothing to do with that body. You see what I'm saying? You put that shit on the person. You see, but it has nothing to do with the human being. You see, you see, it has nothing to do with the human being, and so that's one of many. You see, and those are the people you push them out so they can ride. You see, but you don't know it. You don't know that. You see. But it's a good thing. It's okay. It's okay. Stay right where you are. Don't you move. I tell them all, don't you move. You stay right where you are. You see, and one of the reasons why you made it up here is because of some sincere Caucasians who was praying to Jesus. You see, and sincere ancestors that was praying to Jesus. You see, and they don't know. The only thing they know, because it's a hidden thing, but the only thing that they know is what the text is telling them. You see, they had more of the bulk of the book, the 88 books. They had more of it. You see, when they were reading it, getting down with it, they had the apocrypha inside the motherfucker. You see, they had, wasn't too much taken out. So they know the truth. You see, they know the truth. You see, and even though some things were taken out, you have people who knew the original scripts. You see, there was Caucasian. They knew it. So what they did, they took some of the formulas out, and they shared it with their own. You see, they shared it with their own, and then made clubs and things, and it's a hush-hush thing because they knew that it was a conjure created by these demonic beings back in the day, say inside of some council. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You see, but listen to what I'm saying. You see, but they don't know, because see, listen, you have to understand something. You had a lot of people. You had a whole lot of people as time goes on, as time went on, you see, from that story that was birthing the story. You see, that was actually birthing the story. The story didn't come from the first people who wrote that shit down. No. That story has always been here on how to make things move by numerals and symbols. How you can make things move. You see, you got to understand something. People trying to be God. You see, they trying to figure out how to get back home. You see, you know what I'm saying? They trying to figure out how to get up out this capsule here. You see that? Yeah, they trying to figure it out. You see. And so they trying to create themselves. If they can see the numbers move, they can put those things, they can make create the nucleus. You see, create the nucleus and create all their cities and inhabitants that's going to formulate itself in these cells. You see what I'm saying? You see, and you got to be multiples of them. You know, you got to use your hydrogen, your nitrogen, your oxygen. You see, you got to put all these things in these cells, and then you got to, you know, capsulize it. You see? Woo. You got to capsulize it. You got to make some blood. You see, you got to make some blood. You got to create water. You see, you got to create the being, create the body. You see, that's the story of Jesus. You see how you live, and that's the story of Jesus. They kill you, he resurrect. They kill you, you resurrect. They kill you, you resurrect. And right in this time, you're blessed because you hear, see everything move in your motherfucking time. You see, you were blessed to see these. If you can see me and I can see you, you're blessed. You see, you're blessed to see it all. You're blessed to see what the ancient people are trying to do. But you have to know you are inside of a vein, God damn it. See, you are inside of a vein. You see, are you going to be a regular red cell? Or are you going to be a white cell? You see, you're going to be an immune system. You see. You got to figure this shit out. But anyway, we're in these little bitty atoms, you know, you and I, these little bitty atoms, they know how to think, they have a conscious, they have a subconscious, you see. Our little bitty selves, you see, we can create, we can mimic, you know, say the first creature, you know, the first being. We can mimic it, you see. But now that it's two, it's a female, so we are bound to be electrified. So we have to be electrified. So we have to find our pair. You see, we have to find our pair. Those who don't have the pair, you know, man and woman, they're not going. They don't exist with the body. You see, they don't exist with the body. They're not going to exist with the body. How can you exist with the body? And the outlet says negative and positive. You know, put that in there, electricity fires up. You see, that's how you are. If you anything different than that, it's perversion. That's all it is. You see, it's perversion. You know, and you know, if you're happy, and you know it, clap your hands. You see, that's all you got to do. You see, and rise up and make that money and do the best thing you can out here and love everybody and do everything that, you know, just be yourself. Just be yourself. You see, but you're going to have the proper components inside of you. You see, and if you still have seeds inside of you, and if you have eggs inside of you, that means you have a chance to reposition yourself. Well, I don't know, because one has that pelvis, and another one has a different type of pelvis and shit. You know, you got these locks things, you know, that opens up real wide and shit. You see, men don't have that. You know, you don't have it. You don't have it, so you can't birth shit. You see, you can't birth nothing. Yeah, you can't birth shit. You think you can because of because of the God that you believe in. You know, the God that you believe in said that you can, so therefore you believe that you can. You see, you see, and if you believe in that shit and you think that shit is real, you see, just find out who got you. That's all it is. Find out who got you and come back home. You see, and come back home to the real shit. You see, come back home to the real shit. You don't have to fear. You don't have to feel masculinity. You see, the feminine don't have to fear femininity. You know, all that, you know, you trying to be masculine, he trying to be feminine and all that type of shit. Nigga, you was born with a balance of that shit. Mama and daddy. You know what I'm saying? Mama and daddy. You're not supposed to get inside of the internal bodies of that shit and then try to become it. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You see? A lot of people are probably androgynous, but that don't mean they you know, they think their anal is a vagina and shit. You know, you know, a lot of women are probably got a little you know, hyper masculine a little bit, but you know, it don't mean you have to fall in love with with an artificial phallus. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's you need something, that God made. Saying you just don't want to feel the spirit of God. You see, to be laying upon you, you want to feel the freaky dicky of another woman's tits. You see, that's what it is. You see, you're freaky dicky, and it's okay, be freaky dicky. You see, be freaky dicky, but you're gonna have to pay for your freaky dicky, bitch. You're gonna have to pay for it, bitch. You see, you're gonna have to pay for it. You see, that's what it is. You got to pay for it. You see, BICTH is you got a B right there. And then you have that motherfucking itch. You see? You just itch for lust. You itch for lust. You see, you have to go into these worlds and see how this shit makes you itch. You see, you have to study these worlds. Don't be out motherfuckers who talking about they got wisdom and knowledge. Don't be all scared and shit of these motherfucking worlds because you think you gonna become freaky dicky motherfucker because you going into these fucked up ass worlds where you be seeing all this motherfucking demonic shit, all these abominations. Fuck that. You see what I'm saying? And don't go into these worlds where they be chopping people's heads off and shit and sucking out their, that vein and shit, that big ass vein. They be sucking out that vein and shit. You see what I'm saying? People that look like your the captors and shit. You see, you're talking about this over here is fucked up, but you ain't talking about that over there is fucked up. You see? Because there's a whole motherfucker window of all this type of abomination out here where they be fucking with children and shit. You see, killing them and shit. You see, sucking on their arms and sucking on their feet and shit like pig feet, motherfuckers. You see, and you allowing this and you paying for this. Your president, goddammit, is the same being. That motherfucker that's in office right now and everybody that's up under him, you see, it's the same type of being. You see? And you have black people that call themselves black, that lift these demonic things up. You see? And let me get back to Jesus. Listen. They created this body. And from this body, something gonna come through. You have a lot of people up on these high pedestals. You see, drifting, living lavish and all this other type of shit, and got millions and millions of people around them. But listen, that's not Jesus. That's not Jesus. You see, Jesus ain't somewhere rapping. You see, ain't somewhere rapping and shit, and everything, some of these people, that's all they doing is regurgitating. Ain't shit come out they motherfucking loins, nigga. You was taught not to listen to nobody who have the spirit inside of them. And even if you do spit out these words that's coming inside of you, people are gonna say it's not the word of God, nigga. If anything that you think about, however it may be, that's coming out your loins, they say it's not the word of God, but at the same time, they say you are God, or God is in you. So if God's speaking out of your body, nigga, they're gonna condemn your God. They're gonna condemn God right in your face. You're gonna hear them condemn God. The God that's inside of you is gonna hear you condemn yourself.